This is one of those days where you just sweat through your makeup and you just have to pretend that it's intentional. Hi friends, it's another scorcher today, so I'm already asking you in advance to just forgive the sweat mustache. We have something new to play with today. I am so excited because it is from a brand that I have been dying to try for years. I've just never gotten around to buying anything from them, but a couple months ago I jumped on a pre-order and I'm so glad I did because this thing is freaking adorable. Folks, we are doing a 2 looks, 1 palette with the Alien Cosmetics Strawberry Milkshake palette. And it is just as delicious looking inside as it is outside. If that sounds like fun to you, then please keep on watching and let's get started. This artwork by Serendipity. If you've never checked out Serendipity, their Instagram is so great. Definitely go check them out. First things first, let's get that packaging appreciation shot. Just take it all in. This is the first palette that I've ever purchased from Alien Cosmetics, even though I've been following them on Instagram for a while now, at least a couple of years. And everything about Alien Cosmetics just is so aesthetically exactly what I want from a makeup brand. But for some reason, their launches just eluded me over the years, and nothing has ever really caught my eye enough for me to grab a pre-order. But as soon as I saw the artwork for this and the color story, I just knew I had to grab this one. I probably have this color story a couple times over already in my collection, but I'm a sucker for pinks, greens, and reds. I just am. With that being said, let's take a look at this color story. Isn't it just so satisfying? The pop of that limey apple green. Also, these shimmers look like they're gonna be so killer. I'm just such a huge fan of this color combination in particular. And I'm sure that maybe a third of my palettes are kind of in this same vein, but I couldn't help myself. One of them little straws. Get out of here. I definitely want to swatch a couple of these shimmers here. Strawberry Shake is this icy lavender, fresh. Oh my god, it's like a limoncello. Ripe looks real frosty. And then let's do cherry on top. All right, let's have a look-see here. Oh, that goes on for a bit. There's some serious pigment going on with these shimmers. This one looks a bit like a duochrome, this lavender one. And the yellow swatch pretty good too. These two are looking a little less intense, but that's okay. You can't tell everything from a swatch. But that red shade, oh, I should actually go wash my hand because like that was intense. Hold on, just went to go wash my hands and well, my plan for today's look is going to be using the greens. And then I definitely want to incorporate Strawberry Shake and Fresh. Probably do a little bit of a cut crease, maybe do like a little like really deep outer V. Also, I'm very curious to know what Whip looks like. It is such an interesting shade to throw into the mix just because it's not exactly white, but it's not exactly a skin tone. It's kind of its own thing. It's a very interesting light neutral, so we'll see. In any case, I'm really looking forward to diving in, so why don't we do just that? I'm gonna zoom you in. Let's start putting on some eyeshadow. Turning off the fan for a brief moment so that I can apply my eye primer without any upset. This stuff does not like to dry down too fast, otherwise it doesn't really like to blend. Also, I know nothing about the Alien Cosmetics formula. I don't hear it talked about a lot. I definitely want to see what these mattes are all about. Let's dive into Stem first off. Oh, okay, there's a little bit of kick up in the pan, lots of pigment picking up on the brush. So let's just toss that up here. I'm going to start tapping first because she looks a little dusty. Showing up right away though, which is nice. Taking it all the way in. Definitely want to showcase this bright shade as best as possible. Blending really nicely so far. Lighter shades tend to blend really nicely though, so until you get into like pastel territory, in which case sometimes, as we know here on the channel, it can be a little trickier. But this is nice and bright and really showing up here. So I'm just gonna drag that out here a little bit more. And this isn't taking very long either. Pigment's kind of showing up right away. But so far it's not being an absolute pain to blend, which is nice. And for me personally, that's what I like in a formula, something that will give me payoff fairly quickly, but also be able to blend out without much fuss. I know, I'm asking a lot. Eyeshadow formulas have gotten so good that I think I'm just a little bit spoiled. This though is killing it. I'm a sucker for green though, honestly. Love me some green an eyeshadow. Let's move on to this aptly named shadow called green. It's easy to remember at least. And I'm gonna lay that into the crease just a little deeper. I don't want to overpower the lighter green though, so I'm gonna try and keep this a little more concentrated. As far as the texture in the pan, they're reminding me a lot of Give Me Glow Cosmetics. The way that they feel very smooth in the pan, and they do kick up a little bit, but they're not like overly dusty. Almost like a clay texture, like a dry clay. So far these look really beautiful together though. And this is a lovely shade of dark green. It's not too yellow, it's not too blue, and it goes really well with this limier color. And now I'm just packing that into the outer third, following the shape a little bit on the outer corner here, winging it a little bit out, trying not to overtake the lighter green. Ooh. Okay, but that blend though, it looks real good. Oh, okay. Sure, let's cut a crease using our trusty NYX glitter primer, trying not to cover up all this beautiful blending that we've done so far. Trying to get that outer edge on a nice little angle. All right, let's get into these shimmers. I'm so excited. I think we'll start with Strawberry Shake. I'll put that mostly on the outer edge here and the middle of the lid, and then we'll move into Fresh for the inner third. Let's actually pop that on using our finger. It goes on really smooth actually. In pictures, these shimmers definitely looked a little chunky, but these are going on real smooth. Let's dip right into Fresh, taking a little building up, but we're getting there. This formula also has a little bit more glitter running through it. All right, let's grab a little bit of green, tap that around the edges, and then on a smaller brush, I want to go back into Stem. Let's keep going with the lower lash line. We'll start with green. And blending that out with a little bit of Stem. They just blend themselves. It's kind of ridiculous. Like all I have to do is put it down and it's like, oh, here, let me get that for you. It's like, thanks eyeshadow. I'm gonna put down a little bit of glitter primer, just whatever was left on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna tap into Strawberry Shake first. Let's use Spare Time in the Waterline for the outer portion. And then a little combination of Trick or Treat and Milk. And then a little bit of Punch. And again, just a little bit of white. So subtle that not a single person will even notice. All right, I think this is a good place to leave off for now. I'm gonna go off camera, do this on the other side, throw on some lashes, and then we will come back and complete the look. All right, other side is done. Lashes are on. These are Next Level by Boldface. One of my go-to default lashes for sure. Let's throw on some blush. I think I wanna use this purple blush from Lethal. I'll put the name up here. I think it'll pick up some of that lavender eyeshadow just so that it feels a little bit more purposeful in the look. I just really like this blush. I think they did a really good job balancing the purple tones with the pink so that it doesn't come off as too gray or ghoulish. Let's throw in a little bit of pink to balance it out on the apple here. This is Rose Quartz from the Fairy Blush palette from Likely Makeup. Let's dust on a little bit of pink ambient blush. And then let's revisit this Lethal Cosmetics highlighter. It's another pale lavender lilac shade. It is gorgeous and glowy. I'll put the name up here. And then just to hype it up a little further, let's grab Moon Cruiser, which is from Kaleidos, and it's super spacey. I'm just gonna tap that onto the highest point. Also, I'm just gonna throw in a little bit of yellow highlight into the inner corner. This is Solar Sailor from Kaleidos. And it's just that one step brighter than that yellow shimmer. And I always feel like I have everything planned until we get to a lip. I really want it to be simple and I want to keep it pretty fresh. Maybe we should just do a gloss. Like a straight up gloss, not even a liner. Is that a cop out? But I kind of just want to keep it really, really fresh. This is the So Juicy Plumping Gloss in NASA. The name Plumping Gloss is a little misleading. They're not plumping per se, they're just very minty. So they don't really burn and tingle like a plumping gloss usually does, but they are very fresh. And it's a really nice feeling in the summertime. This one in particular just has a really nice, subtle, yellowy gold pearlescence running through the formula. It always just looks really nice on the lips. It's a touch sticky, but I'll let it slide. I think we're done. I think we're done. I do realize that this look does not go with my shirt in the slightest. All right, oh gosh, I almost did it again. Don't forget your bottom mascara. Like seriously, every single time. You'd think after 3 years I would remember it. All right, that is look number 1, all complete with the Strawberry Milkshake palette. Okay, listen, so I didn't want to have any expectations going into this palette. I cannot help but be impressed with the formula so far. I am in love with this matte formula. There's so much pigment right off the bat, but then you don't sacrifice any blendability. They just melted together. They weren't super messy. There was a little kick up in the pan, but just like the Give Me Glow formula, they didn't get all over the place. Like they didn't travel, they didn't bald. And the deep green packed on so beautifully. There is no patchiness whatsoever. I honestly barely had to do any work to blend these eyeshadows. I'm impressed. These shimmers were super fun too. Fresh was a little bit messy. I definitely experienced some fallout near in and around my nose, but I don't really care because the shine is absolutely there. And these guys blend together really beautifully. I like this shifty pale lavender. It's so beautiful. And the shimmers definitely aren't as messy as I was anticipating. They're actually really soft and also not emphasizing a whole lot of texture on my eyelids. And I got some texture on my eyelids. Just absolutely blown away. I cannot wait to play with this again. I get to come back in a couple of days and throw together a second look. I am so curious to see whether or not the rest of this palette holds up. So I think all that's left to do is dive right into look number 2, which should be coming at you. Any minute now. All right, now. God damn it, nails, come on. Oh, I could chug that in one. And we're back. Look number 2 with the Strawberry Milkshake palette. I'm so excited for this one. Some of my favorite colors to play with are coming up. I think we should just jump on in. I have an idea of what I want to do. As always, who's to say if it's gonna turn out the way I envision in my head, but I have good feelings. So, who needs more preamble than that, huh? Usually to cut down on ambient noise, I close all of the windows and doors in the condo, but it's 30 degrees, so we're not doing that today. You're just gonna have to live with a little bit of outdoor noise. Let's continue. First, let's just throw on some eyeshadow primer. So I want to do something with a really sleek shape, very winged out, very cat-like. Definitely want to give these shimmers a chance to shine today because, oh my gosh, can we just... This red's got legs. Let's start building a shape with topping. And let's place that nice and high. Okay, I've worked with a lot of pink eyeshadow in my day. This is nice. It is so smooth and blendy and pigmented. Feels really nice on the lid too, just really creamy. Oh, it just went on so smoothly. Okay, let's start to deepen things up with a little bit of Juicy. A lovely dark burgundy. Okay, this looks like it's gonna be super pigmented. Let's give this a whirl. Ooh, yes. And I'm just gonna start dragging that out. I just love these two colors together. Blended together, they create this really dark pink, and I really like it. Also, something I didn't notice until just now, I think topping has an teensy, weensy, teensy little bit of glitter running through it. Like, almost undetectable. I don't think it would even show up on camera, so I'm not even gonna try and show you, but I just thought that was interesting. Maybe that's why it goes on so smoothly, but it works like a matte shade, so I don't know. It's not really of any concern to me. This does kind of turn into the shade of like blackberries. Just trying to build that up in the corner here, create some depth. Yeah, these colors are just as blendy as the greens. Just so soft, gorgeous, pigmented. Can't complain. Let's go back into topping for a quick sec. I just want to beef up that pink around the edge a little bit. You know, an eyeshadow formula is really good when it feels like you're just painting on your face, you know? I think I'll leave this for now. I don't want my too much jean kicking in because I like the balance. It's really, really pretty. I want to keep the shimmers on the lid nice and soft looking. I don't think I want to cut crease today. But I do want to throw down some glitter primer because these shimmers look a little messy. So let's prevent any accidents from happening. Just trying to tap that on using a flat brush. Let's use a finger first. I'm going to take cherry on top. It's gonna be dangerous, man. Let's just take this and hope for the best. Here we go. I'm so aggressively pleased by that. Let's go in with ripe next onto the inner portion. The way that these two blend together, it's crime. It's criminal crime. Let's take it on a little brush this time just so that we can really notch it right in that inner corner. I definitely wouldn't even attempt trying to use these without some sort of glitter primer. There is so much glitter crammed into this formula. Just try to softly diffuse that out on the edge going into the outer corner. I just want it all to kind of flow. Moving on to the lower lash line, I think I want to do a little emphasis on the eye bag, make my under eyes look a little puffy, a little tired. So let's go back into topping and start running that underneath here. I have this idea to work this into some blush right underneath the eye, kind of closer to the center of the face. And I think it'll work. I just need to maybe work it a little bit off camera. Let's take a little bit of Juicy, just tuck that in to the eye bag. Okay, yeah, there's something here. I'll make it work. I'm gonna go off camera, finish this up on the other side, throw on some lashes, and then we will come back and figure out this blush situation. Okay, we are back. Lashes are on. These are Chemise by Kiss. They have become my favorite drugstore lash. They're wonderful. Get into it. So I was playing around with some blush placement off camera. I'm going to continue this blush underneath the eye, and I think I'm going to carry it over onto the nose as well. So let's just keep going. I guess it's kind of blush draping in a way, just in a different area. Pop that onto the chin as well. I don't know, is this too weird? Like, I kind of like it. Concentrating it on the sides of the nose, on that little slope there, just to give the nose a little bit of dimension at the same time. Yeah, I like that. I think it's cute. It's probably not for everyone, but I feel adorable. Still though, I do want to throw on some ambient blush, just to kind of blend it out a little bit onto the apples here. And I know I've been using this highlighter pretty much in every video since I bought it, but I have to. I mean, look at it. Even the packaging goes perfectly with this look. This is Star Surfer from Kaleidos. It is the perfect pink highlighter. Definitely want to bring that into the inner corner as well. And then I think I'm gonna take this on my pinky finger here and just smudge that highlight onto the lower lash line to emphasize the eye bag. I think this would be an appropriate use for Strawberry Milk by NYX. Nearly there. I think all we have to do now is a lip. Part of me just wants to do this. It's still my go-to summer gloss right now. It's so good. If you haven't seen the first impressions where I use this for the first time, check it out up here. And I do think it would pick up that red metallic so well. But I kind of want to throw a little bit of something onto the lip before throwing it on, just to get a little extra pigment. I think Daiquiri Dip would be perfect, actually. Concentrating it on the inside of the lips for that bitten lip, popsicle mouth kind of effect. And then let's take Fenty Gloss Bomb Heat over top. It's just the best gloss. That is just the truth. It is just the best gloss. Debating on whether or not to do bottom mascara at all, because that naked lower lash line is kind of the vibe, so I think I'll leave it for now. And that is look number 2 all done. And I love how this look turned out. It looks pretty much the way that I imagined it in my head. And that is always a really nice feeling. I just love the way that these two mattes melted into each other. These colors just look so divine together. I'm such a huge fan of this matte formula. And even though Topping has this itty bitty teensy weensy bit of micro glitter running through it, it pretty much works like a matte. Like, you can hardly see any shine to the formula. It blends beautifully. All of these mattes blend beautifully. I was so taken aback. Like, for makeup lovers, I think it is really hard to impress us these days with so much good makeup out there on the market, especially indie makeup. And for someone like me who owns quite a bit of indie makeup, I have to be really wowed by a formula. This wowed me. There's not much I would do to improve upon this matte eyeshadow formula. Also, the shimmers in this palette were just such good shine. Even the really sparkly ones didn't create a whole lot of mess either, which I was absolutely expecting. And that is seriously impressive considering how ultra soft these feel. And these just lay down so smoothly. Really emollient, really buttery, which I definitely was not expecting considering how chunky the formula looks in the pan. These are just so impressive. I will be washing red eyeshadow off of my hand for the next 3 days. My lids will probably look like I have pink eye for a little while. And I'm someone who is okay with that. I don't really have a negative about this palette at all. I think maybe my one gripe would be that this shade in particular, Whip, it doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, it's very soft. When you touch it, it's very smooth, very velvety, but this color just, I don't know, it doesn't really do much. It's kind of a dusty bone color. I don't know, I'm confused by that particular shade. It's such a strange off-white. It seems very specific. Who knows, maybe that's why it's so great. I don't know. I didn't get around to using it because I didn't really find a use for it. But that is me really splitting hairs here. I think overall, this is just such an impressive little palette, and I was blown away by just how good these eyeshadows were. This definitely makes me want to go right back to their website and buy up another palette or two because A, I am curious to see whether or not all of their eyeshadow is this good, and B, if it is, I want to own that eyeshadow. So if you have any experience with Alien Cosmetics, definitely leave it down in the comments below. Are you familiar with this brand? Do you own any palettes from this brand? Did they blow you out of the water as much as they did me? And what is your favorite Alien Cosmetics palette? I am going to wrap this up, but before I do, please let me rattle it off to you real quick. Here are the many ways that you can help out my channel. You can give this video a huge thumbs up. You can comment down below what you thought of everything. You can subscribe. Any and all engagement with this video is crucial to its success in the algorithm, so if you have a few spare seconds, please engage with this video. You can follow me on other social media. I will leave those right there. If you wish to support me financially, I do have a Patreon. The link is down below in the description box, along with a bunch of petitions to sign and places to donate. And with that, folks, please stay safe, stay sane, wash your hands, wear a mask, stay home if you can, get vaccinated if you can. We gotta nip that pesky Delta variant in the bud, folks, so just stay vigilant and wear those masks. Just keep doing your best, and I will see you on the next one. Bye! Before we go any further, I just wanted to make it known that I am wearing the comfiest romper that I've ever put on my body, and it needs a moment. Look at these floofy pants. Also,
pockets. And if I need to make a daring flying leap off a tall building, I could activate flying squirrel mode. Anyway, I just thought you guys needed to see this because I needed to share it with someone. Anyway.